Yeah, new time, same mindset, reminiscing where your mind at. Thinking about the dead man's life, why would anybody want that? Yeah, why would anybody want that? Yeah. New time.
So welcome to this three-part video series with a professional road cyclist from EF Education First. He's a road captain over there actually, and he's an Aussie, Simon Clarke. Now Simon and I had a discussion for about 40 minutes, and the full discussion over video is available on my Patreon, but I've also created a podcast which I'll link to below. However, in this video, we're going to focus specifically on Simon's brand new Cannondale SuperSix Evo, and when we get to the end of talking about the bike, we talk about the power meter, and because I'm so obsessed with training with power, I asked Simon about his views and philosophy on power training. Simon was actually up in my hometown, Noosa Sunshine Coast, because he was participating in the Noosa Triathlon event, or the festival. He wasn't doing the triathlon itself, he was doing the criterium on the Saturday before the triathlon, and he was also up here promoting a business that he's got on the side, which is a cycling tour business called One More Ride. So leading into the discussion about his Cannondale SuperSix, we also have a quick discussion about that business, One More Ride. Before we get into the discussion with Simon and I just wanted to remind everyone that this Merida Sculptura 4000 isn't sitting behind me for no reason. I'm actually giving it away to a subscriber 1 week before Christmas this year, which is approaching really fast. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do it below to go into the draw. And I'm also giving away this beautiful Westwood road bike stand and a set of SunGuard pace breakers as a second and third prize. The catch is with the second and third prize, not only do you have to be a subscriber, you also need to be on my email newsletter list. So I'll link to that below. You can subscribe to my emails. And I'm not spamming anyone over there. It's a weekly email on road cycling training tips. And next week, I've got a cracking email for everyone because I'm going to be sharing a video. It's an online video tutorial on how to take your road cycling performance to the next level, and it's completely free. So make sure you check it out, and let's get into this video.
I'm up here to do the crit on the weekend, but also to promote my company, One More Ride.
Yep.
I've started a business doing cycling tours in Europe mainly.
Oh, nice.
And basically taking people around. We have structured tours where we bring people to the pro racing and get them in behind the scenes in the pro racing, Giro d'Italia or the Tour de France or any of the other pro races. But we're also expanding quite a big in the area of custom tours, and we've had a lot of interest this year in basically building custom tours for small to medium groups of up to maximum 10 to 12 people, and we'll take you where you want to go. We have all the equipment, high quality rental bikes with electronic group sets and whatnot, so we have as good a bikes to rent you as what you have at home, so you don't have to travel to Europe with your bike and risk having it broken, or if you want to travel after your cycling tour not cycling, then you know that you can just have a good bike for that week and then you can continue on your European adventures. So yeah, I've started this business with my business partner Andrea. He's a professional tour guide. He's been doing this for 25 years. He knows all the good restaurants, all the good places to go, all the good roads to ride on, and it's going really well. And we're out in my off season. I really try and connect with the people in Australia and spread the word of this new little venture, and try and get some more people over to Europe and show them what there is to offer.
That's really cool. So speaking about bikes, your bike's right behind you here.
Yep. Brand new actually. Brand new SuperSix Evo.
Just walk us through us and tell us.
So this is our non-aero bike, but being brand new and the focus on aerodynamics these days, it's actually very aerodynamic.
Right.
Not as aerodynamic as the System 6 that Cannondale offers, but very competitive against aero bikes from other companies.
Interesting.
So it's already got quite a good aerodynamic advantage on climbing bikes. And then on top of that is super light and responsive on top of the pretty good aerodynamics.
Yeah, and you got Vision wheels there?
Yeah, so
55s?
we got sponsored by FSA and Vision.
Yep.
So anything that's not Cannondale component wise for us is supplied by FSA or Vision. So we've also got, you can't see, but the power meter is a FSA power meter.
Yeah, okay.
And then FSA handlebar or Vision handlebars, and then Prologo seats we also work with, which is another fraction of the FSA company.
Yeah, okay.
So no, we run, we have Shimano Dura Ace.
Wow.
And then Garmin.
Yeah,
Other sponsor for material.
Yeah, nice. And how do you find it to ride?
I love it. It's a great setup.
Yeah. What in particular do you like about it?
I really like this because you notice the aerodynamics and the effort they've put into making it fast.
Yeah,
but it's light. So when you're climbing, it's as light as the climbing bikes. But then when you're doing 50k an hour on the flat, it's a pretty fast bike as well. So it's a good combination of both of those things put together, as opposed to an aero bike, which is super fast on the flat, but as soon as you go uphill, it's not doing you any favours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then Vittoria, I didn't mention, is our tyre. We use Vittoria tyres, which I'm very impressed with.
25 mil?
They are 25s, but these rims are really wide rims. A 25 mil on these rims is like 2 mil wider. So they're now 27s, I think, if you measure them, because these are 21 mil rims width, and the normal rims are 19. So obviously, if you've got to clinch a tyre and the rim's 2 mil wider, then the clinch is going to be wider as well.
Absolutely.
So I don't know exactly. They are 25 mil tyres, but they won't measure 25 mil, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay. And you mentioned power meter. So for training, do you use a power meter? Do you train? Train with power?
Yeah.
Yeah. How important is training with power for you?
Super important.
Right.
Yeah, that's all we train to.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously heart rate as well, but all of our intervals and whatnot is all based on power. So
can you imagine training without it, like they used to?
I can, but you need to approach training with a completely different mentality.
What do you mean by
that? They trained a lot more off sensation and how they felt.
Yeah.
And they trained off going up hills at a certain intensity, but just based on how hard they were going by their feelings, and not so much by
power
specific
output,
numbers.
And
so that's what's changed. And the thing that's changed for us is that we're less conscious of our own sensations, because we just follow numbers.
Yeah.
So if you take that power meter away now, it's actually quite difficult for us to gauge doing intervals without reading numbers, because we're not used to thinking of our sensations and how hard that is in terms of...
It's interesting what you say. Tommy Nankervis, I was speaking to him recently.
Yeah.
Well-known crit rider in Melbourne, and he doesn't race with power on his screen because of that very reason.
Yeah.
He just wants to race on feel and speed.
I don't race. I don't look at my power when I'm racing either.
Oh, you don't?
No, I was just more referring to training there.
Yeah, of course.
If you're training with a power meter and then you have to train without one, and you want to do an E2 effort, and you know that a certain amount of watts is E2, but to try and sit at E2 without having anything telling you that you're at E2, if you're not used to knowing physically how hard that E2 feels, because you're not conscious of it when you're just looking at a number that you're trying to follow, then it's hard to do that without the power meter, which is what we used to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. Do you reckon people's performances, professional cyclists' performances, have increased since power has come in, since they've been able to train with power? Or do you reckon it's all, because there's so many other variables that come into play, like there's better bikes, there's better team support, all kinds of things?
Like you said, there's many variables. The thing with power is it's really modernized cycling training, and the fact that before it was like anyone could write a program because you kind of go off feel and whatnot, and now it's become so specific with power training and following numbers that it's raised the bar and the quality of training,